we get so caught in, well, that's not your place, but you see wrong happening, right? So when you see wrong happening, what you do? Do you just stand back and say, that ain't my business? Or do you look and say, well, I knew that wasn't his baby. Now the baby 21 years old and he's trying to find his father. What you gonna do?
Now, this is a big thing in the so-called black community. That is a jacked up feeling to not know where you come from. As a so-called black man, we already don't know where we come from. That's why we call ourselves black. And look at all the pain that is caused in our community today by not knowing where we come from in history. So how much more do you think it's going to affect someone that don't even know their own parents? This is a problem in the so-called black community. Tell me if y'all remember this.
As it pertains to 26-year-old Precious Razor, Mr. Jacobs, you are the father.
Now, the defendant is talking about the father. She's trying to answer for the judge because she can't accept no other answer than you are the father. But let's see what happened.
Are not her father.
No.
My daughter right here.
Y'all see what kind of pain that comes from not telling the truth? From always just trying to keep your skeletons in the closet, keeping all your dirt underneath the rug. This stuff is painful. It doesn't matter if you family. It doesn't matter if I love you, if we grew up together. Man, we can't have this type of stuff in our community. This got to be told. I agree with Monique. If someone tells me something like this, I got to tell. Because look how jacked up these young people are. They're not even young. They 30-something years old. It's devastating to them. Imagine going 30-something years thinking that this man is your father. He done came to your school, been there when you've been in trouble. He done disciplined you. He done been there for birthdays and holidays and when you cried and when you sad and when you didn't know what to do. This is the man that you went to. And to know that that's not really your father, just imagine how jacked up that is. Imagine what's going through their mind. These type of things in the black community, we got to stop it.
Miss Razor?
Who's my father?
Me. I'm your father.
You're my dad.
Miss
I'm your
Razor?
father, I'm your dad, I'm everything.
Miss Hammonds, do you have any idea
Who's
who
my father then?
Do you have any other ideas who could be her father?
Who's my father? Please, I'm begging you. Just talk to me.
I'm not sure, Precious. I'm not sure.
Just talk to me.
I'm not sure.
You're still gonna walk me down the aisle?
Of course I am.
Or you're gonna leave forever?
I'm not going nowhere. You can bet that. I'm not going nowhere.
Now it's not over.
Mr. Jake, you are not Hector's father.
Oh, you is scandalous.
But you don't know. It's other things.
Jerome, could you go please see if you could help Mr. Hunt?
Now that's two children that don't belong to this man that always thought that was their father. And it's still not over. These are the scars that happen to so-called black folks when we don't want to tell the truth. We end up scarring our own children. And what do you think they're going to grow up and do? Scar the next people. So this is why this got to stop. And I agree with Monique. She's saying some heavy things. This is not a gossip channel. This is not what, if you come in here for gossip, this is the wrong place. We're not talking about no gossip. We here to help and grow our community and think a little different, an outside the box perspective than just what we get. Entertainment. Oh, it was so drama and juicy. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about no Oprah or no Lee Daniels or none of that. How can this interview help my people?
I thought I knew the truth. That's why I was so strong about knowing the truth.
And that's not even all of it.
Now Mama got more to say. That's not even all of it. How much more could there be? Let's see.
I have to tell Hector something.
What would you like to tell your son?
I'm not his mother.
What?
Now this man don't know who his daddy or his mom is. What do you think could be going through his mind right now? You already don't know your history. You already don't know your culture. You don't got no language. You don't got no customs. All you got is just people that you've been living with for all your life. And now you find out that they've been lying to you about who they are that pertains to your lineage this whole time. So when Shannon Sharpe says this,
well, honestly, Monique, if somebody say, well, Shannon, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you this in confidentiality, and I don't want to go any further than me, you, and this table.
Yes.
It stays with me, him, and the table.
Well,
this is why I can't agree with that.
You're not his mother.
What do you mean?
He's my cousin's son. She died at childbirth.
Now, is this not what Monique was talking about? She said, this is my cousin's son that died at childbirth. Why you just can't say that I'm not your mom, but I love you anyway? This was your mom. This is what she was like. This is why you have all these different features. This is why you have all these characteristics. You take after her. Man, one time I was with your mama and this happened. There's a way to handle it to where this brother don't gotta be scarred. He don't gotta feel like no orphan because you wanted to be a damn liar and talking about I'm your real mama. You never even mention his real mama. That's like ripping someone out of their own culture. They thinking they one thing, but they really another. It's like, well, then what the hell I've been doing my whole life? It's jacked up, bro. It's jacked up.
So when I went to jail, when you told me that you was pregnant, you had me believing all the time that was my son.
What? Come on, man. Yo.
Mr. Hunt,
Oh. So this is not my real brother?
let me understand this.
Your cousin.
Let me understand this. So his mother was your cousin, you're saying. And while having him, she passed away. So when you had us test Mr. Jacobs as potentially Mr. Hunt's father, is that because Mr. Jacobs was also intimate with your cousin?
Yes.
So not only is she lying to the kids, she lied to her husband. He's talking about, so when I was in jail, you said I was pregnant. That wasn't my son. No, brother. This is why the so-called black man, you need to stay out of jail, brother. You have to manage your home. You being in jail, she getting her freaky dicky on, bro. She not tripping. All right, well, I'll give me some new dick. I'll give me some new penis. You gonna do your thing, and then I'm not gonna tell you the story about how my cousin died, and I'm gonna take her child. I'm gonna just say, it's my child. I'm pregnant. You gone for 2 years. Well, I just wanted to call you. I know you just got there, but I'm pregnant. So now 2 years gonna go by. Now it seems like you got a new baby. And the crazy thing is, the son does look like the father a little bit.
Here, come over with your brother.
So a lot of y'all might not agree with Monique, but this is what she's talking about. This is what she's speaking on when she say, I gotta tell the truth. And if you was these kids, wouldn't you want someone to tell the truth too?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a person for right.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me something and you say, Monique, I've done something to somebody, but don't say nothing. Shannon, I'm going to need you to fix that. Because if you don't fix it, I'm going to have to tell that. Well, let me say this, because I'm going to go back and forth with your ass, okay? I would say, before you tell me, did you hurt somebody?
Yeah, okay, yes.
Before you tell me, is this something that would make me question your character? Before you tell me, you got to be clear about what you get ready to tell me. Because if you're getting ready to tell me something and I know that you've done something wrong, I know that you're wrong, and I not say anything, that's why people are allowed to keep harming people for years to come.
Hey, look, I'm rocking with Monique on that one. Because if you're a murderer, a gangbanger, a drug dealer, a deadbeat dad, we can't be friends. So whatever you about to tell me, is this about to mess up your character? Because friendship is conditional. Everybody in your life needs to be appraised, assessed. What value do they bring to your life? Or are you just surrounded by wickedness, surrounded by knuckleheads, surrounded by bums? You cannot have people that's around you that's not about family. That's about killing their people, destroying the community. Those people you got to move away from. Now, whenever they repent and get back right, then y'all can be friends again. But if whatever you about to tell me, bro, if you tell me something that go against the Lord and my core values, we can't be friends. We done. Another thing that's in the so-called black community is no snitching. Now, what we don't seem to understand is if you're not a criminal, you don't live by the no snitching philosophy. If someone gets shot in on your street, your block, if you know someone that killed somebody, you need to tell. All this, oh, I'm not snitching, or I ain't no snitch, or snitches get stitched. Man, forget all that, bro. Forget all that, man. Somebody is dead. Somebody's son, daughter, mother, father, husband is dead. You need to tell that thing. And now let's see what the Lord say. Forget what I say. Let's see what the Lord say. The book of Leviticus, chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin, and that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about if you see a sin, if you know about a lie, if you know that someone is being harmed, whether that's being molested, whether or not that's not your father or that's not your mother, whether or not that's someone getting shot in the street, someone stole something. It says, if a soul sins and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness. So if you are a witness to it, if you know about it, if you heard about it, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, as in if he don't say something about it, if he don't tell or snitch, then he shall bear his iniquity. That means on judgment day, you will be judged for that sin that that other person committed. Not the one you committed, the one that the other person committed because you didn't say nothing about it. Now that's what the Lord say. And y'all walking around here with Jesus pieces on, y'all all going to the church talking about hallelujah. Well, then you need to stop lying about who's the father. Stop lying about who shot who and who robbed who. Stop lying and start snitching. Start telling. That's what the Lord say. This ain't for everybody, but for those that got spiritual eyes, they gonna understand. But those that don't got spiritual eyes, you ain't gonna like this video. But it is what it is. That's what the Lord said do.